All right, time to do letter C. We already completed letter A, we completed letter B, and it's now time to try letter C. So we know it's possible that the answers could possibly be on the inside in region B, or our answers could be on the outsides in region A and region C. So let's see what we get for our last problem here. Step 1. Set it equal to 0, so let's do the minus 4. Okay, 1 minus 4 will be negative 3. Let's just put equals 0. Our next step is to factor. So let us go ahead and factor this. Now, we got to find out what might actually multiply to negative 3 and also add to 2. So what multiplies to negative 3 and also adds to 2? Okay, the only thing that multiplies to 3 is going to be 3 and 1. So which one of these has negative? Yeah, that will work out. So we're going to get our factored form as x and x and three and negative 1. All right, now that we factored it, let's go ahead and do the next step, which is to apply the zero product property. And that means switch the signs. So instead of it being positive 3, it's going to be negative 3. And instead of it being negative 1, it will be positive 1. That is actually one of the important steps, because if we don't have the correct boundary points, we're going to have the wrong answer. So I'm going to go ahead and proceed to graphing this. We'll put 0, we'll put negative 3, and we'll put positive 1 on a graph, a number line. Okay, my boundary points are at negative 3 and 1. Now, why did I use an open circle instead of a closed circle? Again, this is called open, and this one's called closed. So why did I use an open circle instead of a closed circle? Right? Open is only for greater than or less than. Closed is for greater than or equal to and less than or equal to. This symbol right there is going to be open, so we're going to have to include an open circle, meaning these are not solutions. They're just boundary points. Okay, so let's do our next step of let's test our regions. So there's 3 possible regions here that might be solutions. It could be in region A and C, similar to that one, or it could be in just region B, so similar to what we got here. So let's try out an easy number. The easy number we like to try out is 0. So let's plug in a number into our original equation. Okay, let's try plugging in, and I'll go ahead and just circle 0 because that's the number we're going to try. Try plugging in 0 for x, and let's see if we get a true statement. Now, is this true? Let's see. 0 squared plus 0 plus 1. We get 1 is greater than 4. Is 1 greater than 4? Absolutely not. That is not going to work. 0 is not a solution. So we can go ahead and say region B is not going to work out. Region B in the middle is not going to be a solution. So our final answer must be, if we did the algebra correctly, it must be in region A and region C. Let's test our theory. It is a good idea to try a different number to see if it gives us a true statement. But let's see what we get. So I'm going to go ahead and try a number that is in region, let's just try region C here. So instead of plugging in 0, let's plug in a different number. Let's try to plug in an easy number. Let's try plugging in, let's try the number 2. Okay, let's see if 2 works. So if I plug in 2, let's see if it gives us a true statement. 2 squared is 4. 4 plus 4 plus 1. Is that greater than 4? Absolutely. 2 is a solution, and anything greater than 1 is also a solution. Okay, we can also try another number that's in region A. And let's try to plug in another easy number. Let's see what number would be in region A. Now, start thinking about what number I might use that's in region A, an easy number that's in region A. And let's see what I choose. Okay, I'm going to choose -5 because that's a kind of an easier number to plug in. I can also try -10. -10 is a pretty easy number to try. So why not do -10? Let's see. If I plug in -10, let's see what comes out, if it's a true statement. So again, what are we doing? We're actually testing region A. We're testing if region A would work. So -10 squared is 100. Minus 20 plus 1. Is that greater than 4? That's our question. Is 100 minus 20 plus 1, is all that greater than 4? And we can say absolutely. So our final answer, if I can get to it, our final answer will be in region A and region C. Reminding ourselves that region B did not work at all. So final answer as an inequality here is going to be less than -3 or greater than 1. And that is my final answer. Now, here's one last thing I want you to notice. When it is, and let's see if you can truly notice this, okay? When it is less than, is it true that it might always be in the middle? And if it's greater than, is it true that it's always on the outsides? Let's test the theory. What is this one, right? The last one is greater than. So is greater than always on the outside? That's something that we'll have to figure out with time, but it's a pattern. So I do want you to think about that. If it's less than, might it always be in the middle? But if it's greater than, as shown, might it always be on the outsides? Okay, think about it, and good job. That's where we're going to stop for today.